Video 3, navigating to the bus stop and bus ride.
Your cane becomes your, I guess you could call it your antenna on the ground. You got to train yourself for this. As your right foot takes a step, your cane will be to the left. And also the canes have a ball on the end. If you're on a hard surface, you learn to listen to the ball. You can hear little brick linings, you can hear sheet metal. If you can't see, you have to always listen. And if you're gonna go find a bus stop in a busy street, like Skyline or Kubler or something like that, you're gonna have to deal with extra noise. So what I did was I had them train me on how to find a bus stop 3 blocks from my house that was in a residential area. Oh, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine. I got $1.50 here for a day pass.
Okay.
I don't know how it goes in there. Can you do it for me?
Okay. There you go. Oh, right there.
How's the seat?
Driver's side, per seat.
Okay. I'm gonna be getting off at Liberty and Madrona. Can you let me know?
It does announce it on the bus.
Sometimes with all this fan noise, I can't hear very good. Can you just holler at me?
Okay.
Thank you, driver.
Welcome.
My name is David Nichols, and I have been a bus driver for 5 years. First thing that we have to worry about is the safety of the bus. We have to know what's going on around us, traffic conditions, everything that's going on, so our mind is on traffic and keeping the bus safe, keeping all the people on the bus safe. The second thing that we're looking at is bus stops. Are there people at bus stops? A lot of people stand away from a stop that don't want the bus. They're just standing there. And we've grown so accustomed to, you know, a head shake or something telling us either they want the bus or they do not want the bus, that we don't really pay attention to everything else. If we see a cane, we know, or a CNI dog, we know, okay, this person may want my bus. But there are people who do not, they fold their cane up and they tuck it under their arm and we can't see them. We have no way of knowing if that person is even seeing impaired. If we saw something that told us that this person has a disability, we need to go the extra mile for this person, absolutely we're going to stop.
I didn't realize you wanted this bus.
Is this the number 8?
It is the number 8.
Yeah.
You're standing a long ways from the bus stop, and I didn't see your cane, so I didn't know that that you wanted this bus.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the number 8 now. I'm trying to get to Madrona.
Okay,
Madrona.
this is your bus.
All right, right on.
You need some assistance, or you got it?
I got it.
Okay.
Hey, could you slide this for me?
Yes. There you go.
Thanks. Do you know if there's any open seats in front?
The curb side behind the restrainment area is open. Do you need any assistance?
I got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bob, he's not just seeing impaired, but he's also very hard of hearing. And so he doesn't hear the bus come up. So when we got to his stop, you know, you look over, there's several buses that stop at that stop. And so you think, okay, they want the other bus. Well, when you put 2 and 2 together and see the CNI dog, okay, maybe he does want this bus. And that's when you get out and you ask him,
want the tin?
Yes, I was going to
Okay,
stop
I didn't
there.
know you wanted the bus. Do you need any assistance?
Yes, I don't know where the door is.
There you go. All right.
I think you need to see this.
Thank you. Okay, I have someone in the front area. Let me check and see if I can get her to pull up her stroller and move for you.
Isn't this one of the new buses with side passenger seats?
Yes,
Side
it
seats
is.
in the back?
Yes, it is.
I would rather not.
We had people in the front of the bus, and of course I asked Bob, you know, do you want me to ask this person to move? The front section is reserved for the disabled and the elderly. He did not want to disturb this person. He just wanted to know that there was a seat that sat sideways so that he had room, because he's a very tall person. So, you know, you just guide him up the stairs and help him get situated, and then you go back to driving. When a seeing impaired person gets on my bus, the first thing that they typically say is, I want off at this stop.
Good. How are you?
Doing great. I'd like to get off at Waldo Middle School, please.
Waldo Middle School, okay?
The bus does not always announce each stop, and so we need to know which stop that they're getting at so that we can make sure that they get off at the right stop. Bob doesn't hear the announcements, and so he needed special attention because when we get to his stop, we're sitting there waiting, but he's not moving because he doesn't know that we're there. And so that's where you have to go back and get Bob and direct him off the bus.
We're at the Croc Center, sir.
Thank you.
Do you need any assistance getting down?
Yes, I will need assistance.
Okay.
Yes, again. Thank you.
Okay, we got a small step down. There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, and I see that on the 12th at 6 a.m. there's going to be construction, so they're going to have this closed off. They're going to have a temp sign out at the street.
So this station will be closed. This
On the
stop
12th,
will be
this
closed
this
on the
stop will
12th.
be closed. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you so very much.
You're welcome. Have a good day. We're at Waldo Middle School. We're away from the curb a little bit because the car parked in the way.
Is there a possibility you could walk me to the bus stop? I'm not
Absolutely.
sure. I'm not really oriented here.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much.
We pulled up to a stop in front of Waldo, and there was a car parked at the stop. We stayed away from the curb, and that disoriented Melanie, and she asked if I could help her to get to the sign so that she knew where she was, so that she could, you know, when she gets to the sign, she knows exactly where she needs to go.
There we go.
You want to absolutely make
Step
sure
down.
that they're just not walking off the bus into somebody, that they know that it's clear both to the left and the right of them when they come off, and that there's not a pole or something in front of them.
And here we are at the stop.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, you have a good day.
You too.
I did not understand just how important orientation is to somebody who is sight impaired. You know, where you stop the bus. A perfect example on one of our locations, Lancaster and Sunnyview. Sometimes traffic is way backed up, and the shelter is very close to the intersection of Sunnyview. If traffic is backed up, it's very easy for a driver to stop the bus perhaps 30, 40 feet shy of the shelter and let people off. And if you do that with somebody who is sight impaired, they become disoriented unless you let them know where you're letting them off. If you do not realize that person is sight impaired and you allow them to deboard, exit the bus, they have no idea where they're at. And I don't think I have an appreciation for just how significant that is for those individuals.